Well, summer is in full swing, but when it comes to your kids and screen time, how much is too much, especially where they're on different apps? Lana Ahrens is the Director of Training and Community Outreach with the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center. Lana, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. So first, remind our friends at home who are watching about the center and how it is that you help serve all children of DFW.
Yes, absolutely. The Dallas Children's Advocacy Center, our mission is to improve the lives of abused children in Dallas County, as well as serve as national leaders on child abuse issues. So we are working with kids who have been sexually abused, who have been severely physically abused, or who have witnessed a violent crime. And our clients are typically an 11-year-old female who has been sexually abused by somebody that she knows.
That's so awful. And I know that you've got some tips for keeping kids safe on apps, and it's especially important, I would think, at this time of year, because summertime, you're not in school, you don't have any those other distractions. What are some of those tips?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have that structure that they have when they're in summer.
Right.
So we would absolutely recommend that parents research those apps. Look at the ratings, look at the reviews. Is it appropriate for your child to be on that app? Use those parental monitors, those parental controls, right? Where you can actually limit what your kid can access on an app. But remember that that is just a tool. Nothing beats having conversation with your kids. Talk to them. What are they doing online? What are they seeing online? And always educate yourself on those apps. Be aware of what are the current trends, what our kids may be experiencing online. Be informed as a parent, as a caregiver about the dangers of apps out there.
So do you have any tips for parents who might wonder, you know, my kid is really giving me a lot of pushback, because, a lot of, young people may not want to be told that they can only, have screen time for an hour a day.
Sure. Nothing is going to beat that open, honest conversation, right? It's a conversation. Talk to your older teens. Maybe have a family contract in place about what is okay, what is not okay. But nothing is going to beat real-time conversation with your kids.
And rules do work differently, little kids than older kids. It's so hard. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Older kids are a harder audience, but yet they are the ones who, it seems like they might be more susceptible to some of the ill-intentioned characters out there.
Yes. Talk to those kids about the dangers that are online. Remind them that you cannot trust everybody that you meet online, right? Remind them not to meet anybody out in person that they don't know in real life, that maybe they've met somebody online. So remind them of those dangers, because there is a lot of grooming that happens online, and especially that targets our teenagers, exactly like you're saying. And so as a parent, have those conversations early and often with your kids.
I would, when my kids were younger, I would use it probably because of my job. I'm more aware than a lot of people are about some of the dangers that are out there. And I would use specific examples because the kids, they all think that they're invincible and, and nothing bad can happen to them. And then yet we hear these stories. Would you bring up specific instances that you might have heard about, that you might have read about on the news to remind children, or is that taboo?
No, I don't think that's taboo at all. I think that's absolutely a great way to do it. Talk to them about cases from the news, about things that have happened to kids.
Okay.
Yes.
And Lana, one more very quickly, if people want to know more, how do they reach out?
Yes, please come to our website, dcac.org. We educate the community on how to recognize and report child abuse for free. So please, dcac.org.
Lana, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being with us today.